Hey guys, so today we're actually going to talk about Power Hour. And Power Hour is 1 hour of solid time that you're really focusing on your business. And we started creating this for really busy people. And I have to tell you that I love it. When I first started working on Beachbody, I was working full time, so I really needed to have just 1 hour, small amount of time that I could just really focus on my business because I had 2 kids. And this concept has changed my business so much. So I'm actually going to show you exactly what I do on my Power Hour. And we're going to go from there. I'm going to try not to ramble, because I know I tend to do that a little bit. So the first thing I do when I sit down to my computer to do Power Hour is I write down my goals for the day. I write my to-do list. I write down everything that I want to accomplish, so then I know that it's getting done. And for me, marking something off that you did is like the greatest feeling ever, because you know that it's getting done. So I actually have this book that I got from my coach, and it's something that I write my goals in every day. You don't have to have anything that's fancy. You could just have like a little notebook, whatever you need to do. But I always write down my goals. So if I need to like reach out to this person, if I need to write a few people, if I need to make up an email, if I need to write thank you notes, I make sure that I write it down so I know it's getting done. I also do it on my planner. So I have a daily planner that has the month schedule. And then I also have like the daily ones too. I don't know if you can really see that, but so I kind of have it so I mark it off in 2 different places. So sometimes the list can be a little overwhelming, but then if I know that I'm writing it down and if I can't get it done that day, I'll just move it on to the next day. So I try to work things that are most important to the least important. So after I do that, I actually do my reading. So I will write my list. It takes me about 5 minutes, and then I do my reading. I really try to make sure I got my 3 vital behaviors in every day, because everyone should be doing them every day. And the only way I knew I was getting my personal development done was if I was scheduling it into my Power Hour. I really enjoy audio, so I do most of my personal development on audio, but I also have books. So I just grabbed this one real quick. Compound Effect, which I'm sure you guys have seen before. Read about 10 pages, then I read really quick, and then I set that aside. So that's done. So then I've got about 45 minutes left. And that's the time that I really dig into inviting, adding people to my network, and catching up with work that I need to do. So for today, I have do thank you cards. So I have thank you cards. I have make sure I message a few people, and then I need to write a new email format for my free coach or my free customers. So the first thing I do is I get my tracker. I think all of you guys have seen this. This is a tracker that my coach made, and I love it. It's really, really simple. It has you adding 3 people, messaging 5 people, inviting the challenge, things like that. And there's a thing for each day. And then another reason why I like this is because I can actually keep track of who I'm talking to or who I'm adding to the network, because sometimes you get so caught up in talking to people. For me, sometimes I'm talking to someone at like 10 o'clock at night in my bed, and then I forget that I was talking to them until like a week later. So for this, I always go through and I can see who I was talking to. So I'm going to share this screen with you guys so that you can kind of see what I'm doing. Give me a second. All right. So I'm going to walk you exactly what I do on Facebook. Now, Facebook is my main social media that I use to reach out to people and to add people to my network. And that's what I do when I am Power Houring. So, share screen. Okay. All right. So here's my Facebook page. And what I do is actually pretty simple. When I started utilizing the system, the way that I do my Power Hour, like my really focused hours went super fast. I got so much done. I got so much more done than when I wasn't doing stuff. So the first thing I do is I go to my page. Sorry. And then I click on friends. And then I want to go to recently added. The first thing I do when I go to recently added is I reach out to the people that I just added yesterday. I do this first before I start trying to add people. I don't want someone to add me as a friend, like a cold contact, and then to immediately message them like 5 seconds later and be like, hey, what's up? So it's kind of a little creepy. So I go to them and I message them. If it's someone I don't know, I'm just like, hey, Christy, how is your week going? How is your Thanksgiving? Now, if it's someone I do know that I haven't talked to in a while, I'll go back to their page and kind of review like what they've been up to and go from there. And then I'm going to do the same thing here. If I notice they have pictures of kids, I'm going to go to her profile and I'm going to see that she has like what she's been up to. Now, I'm not sure if that's her kid, so I don't want to be like, hey, you have a cute kid, because you don't. It's really creepy, and she'll probably never talk to you. How are you? How was your Thanksgiving? So I go through and I do this to all of my new people, and then I make sure I write it down on my tracker, so make sure you guys are writing it down on your tracker. And then I go back to my recently added friends, and I want to add more friends. Now, when you're adding friends, you want to make sure that you're only adding friends that you have at least 15 or more people in common with, because people are more likely to add you on their friends list or at all if they have mutual friends. They're more likely to talk to you if you have mutual friends. So I'm going to go to someone I just added, go to friends, and then go to people you may know. See, we already have 25 people in common. I tend to only add females because I can talk to them more. So as I'm going along, I'm making sure that I write these names down as 3 people to your network. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to add 3 ladies. And writing their names down. Now, it's important to write their names down so you know that you're doing it, but it's also important that what I do with this tracker is I'm going to take the tracker from last week, from last Tuesday, and I'm going to go through and see the people that I friend requested, and I'm going to look up their name, and if they haven't accepted my friend request, I'm actually going to unfriend request them, because if you have too many friend requests built up, they might actually put you in Facebook jail. If you request too many people in a day, they will put you in Facebook jail. Facebook jail basically means that you cannot request anyone for 2 days to 3 weeks. You can't be in groups. You can be in groups with people that aren't your friends, but you can't comment on anything. You can't be in group messages. You can be, you just can't actually say anything. Facebook jail is not fun, especially if you are running your business from Facebook. So there's that. So I just continuously message people. Depending on what time I do my power hour is really crucial to seeing how many people actually respond back to me. So I did that, and then I want to go in and check with my group. That's part of my power hour. You should be checking in with your challenge groups at least once to twice a day. If you really want a challenge group that's active, then you should be posting in there as well. So usually what happens on top is that I have all of my groups that I'm in charge of. So I'll be going to those groups and like looking, I'll just go through and see if I try to only go into my groups once or twice a day. I turn off my notifications so that I don't get notifications, and I only go in the morning and at night and go through everyone's stuff and comment on it, because if I don't, I'll be getting like 50 notifications a day and it's overwhelming. So if that's something you need to do, make sure that if you have any questions about that, just ask me. So then I go through and then I'll comment on a couple of them, see how the people that I added are doing, things like that. So I do that. I usually check in with I usually do my groups really early in the morning. So I've kind of already done that. So I did that. I reached out to people. I added people. Now, no one's talking back to me yet. So what should I do? Well, the next thing I do is I actually go to my message center so you can see everything. And I want to reach out to people that I started talking to yesterday. Because sometimes you leave a conversation, like mid-conversation, and then you stop talking, and then you forget about that person. So I'm going to go to someone that I was talking to yesterday that we didn't actually finish the conversation. Let's see. So I'll go to her and I'll say, hey, how are you doing today? Are the kiddos feeling better? Now, she's someone that I'm building a relationship with, so I'm kind of just going through and asking her questions before I really start asking her about a challenge group. So that's usually what I do. I go through all my old messages and see if there's someone that I didn't finish a conversation with that I need to finish a conversation with. And then if no one's still talking, I will find someone to talk to. Like if you always, I remember always saying, all right, well, I reached out to my 5 people and no one's talking back. Well, then talk to more people. You can't build a business if you're not talking to people consistently. Just like you can't build a team if you're not actually talking to people about coaching opportunities. So that's what I do. So then when I finish, I make sure I do everything on my to-do list. If I'm waiting for people to talk, I'll do the other things that I could be doing, like my thank you cards, my email, things like that. So I'm kind of just hanging out and waiting for people to talk to me, and then I'm talking back. Sometimes if I message someone and then it takes a while for them to message me back, I'll just do other things. So I'm not just sitting there staring at the screen. If Facebook trolling is something that you really struggle with, like I do, I have to turn Facebook off. And then I'll leave my phone like right next to the computer. And then if I see someone message me, I'll either just message them from my phone or I'll go on Facebook and then I'll try not to troll. And you know what I mean, right? Like, so you got on Facebook and you were talking to people, and then 20 minutes later you find yourself still scrolling down Facebook doing nothing. So if that is something that you struggle with, then you need to find a way to manage your time better, and you need to find a way to not scroll. So the way that I do it is I literally exit out of Facebook after I'm done checking in my group. So that's my power hour. So in an hour, I have been able to make my goals, write my to-do list, do my personal development, take notes if I needed to, write out thank you notes, add 3 people to my network, talk to at least 5 people or more, depending, follow up with people if I need to follow up with people, and then any extra work that I need to have done. So then at the end of my hour, I turn off my computer and I'm done for the day. And then it's whatever time. So I know this is something that we're going to be talking about soon, but it's all about the schedule. Like if you guys know that you have to work from 9 to 5 and you know that you have baseball practice with your son at 7, and you need to plan what time you want to do your power hour. That's the only way that you're going to make sure that you're going to get done every day. And if you do work a 14-hour day and you don't have time to do it, then schedule 2 hours the next day, so on and so forth. The amount of time that you put in is what you're going to get out of it. So if you're coming to me and you're saying, well, Sarah, I don't really get it. Nothing's happening. I'm talking to people. I want this, and this is my goal. Like I want to be diamond in 2 months. And then I'll say, okay, well, how much are you power houring? How much are you spending time talking to people? They're like, well, I don't really have a lot of time. I can only do about 2 hours a week. Well, that's why. You have to put time in. You have to invest your time to get something out of it. So let me know if you guys have any questions. Comment below with anything. And I'm so excited to share this with you. It's a really big deal. So get your power hours in, and you make sure you use that hour as a solid hour of focused business time. So, all right. Bye, guys. Thanks for listening.